I'm starting to Sorry, I just happened to look up and it just totally threw me off my train of thought. Shout out to Creative Tony for having the balls, just having the balls, man, to rock the. Now, Tony, I'll forget about what I was gonna say. Let's focus on your attire. It is Roby Tuesday. Hope you guys are robed up at home or at the office, and if you can't robe up, it's a state of mind. You're robed up in your brain, and that's cool too. Creative Tony, I want to do the pre-show post of the day. I have a really good one today, but. Let me ask you: is that the pine needle gift of the? Is that the flamingo robe?
Yes, this is the flamingo robe. Thank you, Pine Needle. And he says, "Looking good, Tony." Pine Needle, I'm looking good because of you, dude. And this thing's actually comfortable, and it's a robe / cape, and it's got the hood.
Yeah,
and I mean, can you see? There's like the legs or the feet of the Look at that long leg right there. Look at how long that thing is. And then on the other side, you got a little pelican action. I mean,
do flamingos have beaks? Would you call that a beak, or is that a snout? What are we doing here with the anatomy of the flamingo community? I got to dive into that.
That's got to be a beak.
It's a beak. Yeah, they got a beak. That's a big beak. They got long beaks, long legs. Anyway, Creative Tony, you look amazing, and you got my compliments. I want to say good morning or good afternoon to everybody. Want to say hello to Instagram. Want to say hello to X. Want to say hello to Blue Sky. Want to say hello to Cron 4, Bay Area Sports Collective in full flight today. I want to dedicate this show to All Night Dwight. If you know, you know. This one's for All Night Dwight. And here comes the pre-show post of the day. Really got my attention on this one. Tony, it's from Beat LA. So every day, Tony and I have our pre-show meeting, and I always keep my eye on the comments. This is a great one because this is exactly what Tony and I were talking about when we had our meeting. So this one's from Beat LA, sent at 11:48 a.m. Beat LA says, wait a second. Draymond gets verbally attacked by a guy. Listen to this. This is great. This is a really well-written piece here, Tony. I'm going to start it again. Wait, Draymond gets verbally attacked by a guy from 90210, and he gets the warning. He didn't even do anything. That guy has to be related to the Muppet. Okay.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Beat LA, you got a gold star today, my dear, and thank you for those musings. I appreciate that, and I totally agree. In fact, Tony, we can start there if you want to. I think we're all kind of outraged by that. The NBA
just hi, just the Muppet saying hi. That's all.
Hi, Muppet. You're 5-5. Hi. You're on the outside looking in. You know how happy that makes me, and I can't wait till the Colts beat you on your own field on Sunday.
And then they'll be below 500. They'll be 5-6, bro. 5-6. Go Colts.
Shout out Lawrence Taylor, a great 56. And Tony, are you ready for me to drop this on you? I hope you are. Shout out late 90s Niners defense. Tony, Chris Dolman. Okay.
Yeah.
Dolman coming in. Yeah, we had Dolman. Anyway, the NBA has taken it upon themselves to give Draymond Green a stern warning about this encounter. I know I'm offended. Like they offended me.
What are we doing? What message are they sending to the fans of pro sports? It's okay to literally get in the face of a professional athlete, especially the NBA with the access that dude. I love when they have like people in the front row on the sideline that are like next to the coaching staff, right? It's like because they pay obviously through the nose for them, but these people, it'll be like coaches, and then like a couple fans, and then players, or like how they mix it up. The access that the NBA gives the just general public to the professional athlete is out of hand. And
that's a great call. That's a great call. Keep going. Yeah.
No, it's just brutal. What are we doing? It's like now you're just telling people, oh, it's cool. It's totally cool. Just go get in the face of players. It's cool. You know, how about protect your freaking players, dude? What are you doing, NBA and Adam Silver? I don't get it. Man, you're getting me. I was all excited to be in this flamingo robe today.
No, you're cool. No, I love the passion. I love the passion. You're not wrong, dude.
It's ticking me off. It's like, how about protect your players, man? They're out there to provide entertainment and play the highest level of basketball possible, right? Yes, the guys, you're allowed to yell whatever you want. You know, you don't want to be an idiot or just be a racist jackass. But you know, you can razz, you can hate, whatever you want to say, you want to rip, whatever. But when you stand up, and then I know that Draymond actually engaged him as well. I get that. But dude, how about security somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't know. As soon as the guy gets up out of his chair, that guy should have gotten freaking bum rushed and gang tackled. He should have
by security.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's standing in Draymond's face. They're like, it's literally the close talker from Seinfeld. But it's freaking the guy from 90210.
Judge Reinhold. Yeah.
I'm so pissed off about this. Like, if I was Draymond, I would be livid. But again, it's just the whole Draymond reputation, man. I love Draymond. I love having Draymond. So I'm going to back him forever especially on this, man.
I will too. I agree with everything you said, everything. And it kind of blows my mind that not part of the story, at least nothing that I read this morning. I read a piece on NBC Sports Bay Area. I read another piece on ESPN.com. Neither of those stories about this Draymond Green warning from the NBA had any mention of disciplinary action regarding that fan. Like, to me, the first thing the NBA should do is, like, that fan has now lost his privileges to go sit in that arena. You're out. That's it. You're out. You can't engage or instigate something like that. And I hate the fact that that fan felt so emboldened. He just, that guy reeks of entitlement. Like, hey, I'm sitting in the front row. I can insert myself into this game and become no, you a-hole. It really pisses me off too, because that could have turned really, really ugly. If Draymond Green lost his cool and gave this guy a little slap, which I actually think he probably deserves, that fan, a little reality check, couple slaps upside the head. Maybe you'll get him to wake up and realize, oh, I shouldn't be taunting a world-class athlete in the middle of a game. But the fact and you made a great point, Tony. I never really thought about it in those terms, that the NBA is really the only sport out of the big four, which I would call baseball, football, basketball, hockey, where the fans can literally reach out and touch an athlete if they want to. If they wanted to, they could just reach out. They could tackle a guy if they wanted to. Baseball, you've got protection. You're up in the seats. Football, same thing. Hockey, you're behind the glass. There's glass protecting the rink and the players. But in basketball, dude, it's a really interesting point you made. I never thought about it in those terms. But you would hate for them to have to, like, put up a barrier or a rope or something like that, because that's part of the really cool experience of the NBA is you do feel like you're part of the action. If you're sitting up close, it's an amazing experience. You see the speed of the game and how elite these guys are in terms of their athleticism. But this kind of thing cannot happen, and I'm just pissed off and offended that Draymond Green now becomes a villain somehow, and he's getting warned. I think Draymond Green should be applauded for handling the situation without violence.
Dude, he showed restraint, and you had a great point too, Paulie, that if it got physical, then sure, lay a warning down, whatever you need to do, but it didn't get physical, and it got to the point where this, and by the way, this guy was really tall too. I mean, he's eye to eye with Draymond. So, but the guy is standing up, egging him on, like with his arms widespread, saying, like almost like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. I still am in awe that this is how the NBA has decided to treat this, instead of, like you said, dropping the hammer on this guy and saying,
You're banned. You've lost your privileges to go to NBA basketball games. You clearly don't know how to conduct yourself. Right. But this guy walks away scot-free. Did you see the footage of his girlfriend talking to him in the aftermath? Did you get the impression, I don't know how to interpret like that whole thing, but did you get the impression like she was pissed off at him?
It's funny. I was watching that with some women, a mixed crowd, men and women, watching the game in the moment. And some of the women were arguing, some of them saying that she was pissed. And then a couple of women said, or is she saying, oh my God, I've never been more turned on than right now. Like how you stood up to Draymond Green. And it's like, I don't know. I couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell. If anything, they're probably laughing all the way home, because it's like, oh my God, you stood up to Draymond Green and nothing happened to you. You got a red card. And then today, dude, nothing, zero punitive action on this guy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. How about protecting your athletes?
I want to bring something up here, because as we've been having this conversation, something popped into my head. I don't know if you guys are going to remember this, because it's a long time ago, and I was a little kid, but I actually do remember this, and I just sent it to you via text, Tony, on your phone. There was an incident in 1981. Boston Celtics were playing the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals. You guys remember Cornbread Maxwell, Cedric Maxwell? He was part of those great Celtic teams in the 80s. There was now the game was being played in Philly. We know about the Philly fans. They're beyond hostile. I mean, they're borderline, you talk about a fan base that steps over the line. And I'm talking to you, Fat Dom. That's another guy we got to take care of. He should have lost his sideline privileges too for engaging with a player in the middle of a game with Dre Greenlaw. In any case, this game was played in 81. It's an Eastern Conference Finals game. That Celtic Sixer thing was a big rivalry back then. Some fans said something to Cedric Maxwell. Tony, Cornbread Maxwell runs into the crowd in Philly and starts beating the crap out of a fan right there in the middle of the game. That's what you don't want to see happening. And the funny thing is back to, oh, nice, Tony, nice. Here,
just watch it. Let's just watch it because let's get rid of this.
And I don't want to make a comment about this, but go ahead. I'll show if you guys have never seen this. This, believe it or not, this is an Eastern Conference Finals game, dude. The league used to be, it was like a football game back then. Cornbread goes into the crowd. Yeah.
Side note, just the
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah. I was gonna
look at my guy 42. Look at my guy 42, dude. They're barely below his cheeks, barely.
Right. I mean, can we say nut huggers anymore?
Sure. Approved. Green. You're green lit.
Okay.
All right. So this is the incident. If you've never seen it, watch what happens.
Here we go.
It's muted too. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, it's too loud. I mean, well, I can try it with the crowd.
Watch it.
Hang on one sec. Let's start over again.
Okay.
So did you see that the guy, he runs into the guy in the plaid jacket, then the guy in the plaid jacket looks like Herb from WKRP.
Great call.
Right? He throws something at Cedric Maxwell.
That's right. He threw something at him. Yep.
Right there. You can see him throw something, right? Let's do a little slow-mo.
Philly, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Well, see, and by the way, you want to hear the best part of this whole incident, Tony? No ejections, no suspensions, no fines. They were just like, all right, Cornbread, get back on the floor and cut that out. Like there was no repercussions of any kind. By the way, more trivia, I believe Cedric Maxwell went on to win. Tony, ready for this? After this whole thing, they go to the finals. They beat the Rockets. Is that who they beat in 81? I think it was the Rockets. Anyway, Cornbread Maxwell won the MVP of the finals after this. Okay, you do this today, you'd be suspended for probably a couple of months or half a season. But the point is, this is what you don't want to have happen again. And it easily could take that kind of turn. What I hear people say a lot, Tony, and I've heard this over the years, the past 10, 15 years, is that Salt Lake City is the place where the players hear more abuse than anywhere else. And that includes Philly. Like Russell Westbrook has had multiple incidents with fans in Salt Lake City. Draymond Green has said the same thing. He hears the most vile stuff when they go to Salt Lake City. And it's like the whitest crowd in the NBA too. There is not a brother or sister anywhere within probably 50 miles of that joint. SLC is an extremely white city. Yeah, that's just the demographics. That's just the way it is. But
and like we were saying yesterday, hey, would you be saying that to Draymond Green in the parking garage after the game?
No, hell no. He'd be running away, running. And that's why I hate these fake tough guys. You want to bow up on Draymond Green? Okay, yeah. Show me how tough you are. That's a great move.
I still sit here stunned that the Draymond got a warning and they did nothing to this guy. We can just call him Dylan from Melrose Place. Or no, actually Dylan, he's too short. But anyways, or David Schwimmer. Remember we were doing Schwimmer yesterday? I
can't roll. I don't roll with Schwimmer. By the way, I want to say rest in peace to what's his name there? Is it Luke?
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry. Who, by the way, had his final on-camera appearance, final role ever was in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He had a tiny role in that, and that was the last thing he ever did. Rest in peace, Luke Perry. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Totally. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah. It's business time.
Okay, Paulie. So we've got a couple of supers here. Paulie.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Okay, so hey, thank you. Cody Marchetti is back. What's up, Cody? Cody is a super. Thank you so much. Says, what is up, my guys? So welcome back to the show. Welcome
Great
back to the
see you,
program,
Cody. I love the name Cody, by the way. Shout out Jack Kerouac, Visions of Cody. Read that book sometime. It's about you, Cody. And thank you, brother. Yeah.
Nice.
Visions of Cody, yeah.
I'm trying to think of any famous Codys. I'm trying to think of, can you think of any Codys?
Not really.
Yeah.
Any Codys in the 49er family that we're forgetting? Tony, how about Cody Reynolds, a right tackle in 1974? I'm making that up, bro. Just made that up.
Maybe there should be, if Cody can kick field goals, maybe Cody can be the first Cody in Niner history.
Stevie B to the effing rescue. Stand by for it. Let me interrupt this program. Bro, this is why we keep Stevie B around, dude. Cody Pickett, okay? Cody Pickett starting against the Giants at Candlestick in 05. Stevie B, gold star for you today, brother. Great pull. Great pull.
Love it. And also, we're getting some Cody Ross from Joe Schmo, Little J saying Cody Ross. Great call on Cody Ross. Great job. I forgot about Cody. Cody was such a stud in 2010. God,
we have a very interesting moment in the show right now, Tony. We have a very interesting moment happening. We got a super from Los D that you can speak to intimately. And the funny thing is, the gentleman who was directly involved in this incident that Los D is talking about was going to join us today, but we couldn't. It kind of fell through the cracks. But anyway, he's part of that story, Los D. Tony, I'm going to let you take this, and then why don't we come back after the Los D super and give Los D some love? We'll give him his read today.
Sure, but let's also get Aaron Kask in the mix. Aaron Kask is a super as well. What's up, Aaron? Let's talk about Aaron's involvement in the show. Later on this week. We can talk about that at some point during this show.
But
Aaron is a super. Thank you, brother. And he says it's the Church of Latter-day S Talkers. And dude, Aaron, I don't know. I mean, dude, you're spot on with a lot of your takes, and this is another one. Like, I don't know. Part of me likes that Cedric Maxwell video because they didn't make a humongous deal about it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. There was no foul. There was no suspension. Nothing. They're like, hey, knock it off and keep playing. I mean, that was about it.
Dude, Paulie, it's kind of like parenting. If my son or daughter goes around and they drop an F-bomb in the house, if I make a huge deal about it, then it's going to be like, then they're going to want to do it more, I feel like.
You
know what I mean?
I do.
Cut it out. Come on. What are we doing? Is that kind of
Are your kids dropping F-bombs? Is that actually happening?
No, I've heard an effing, and I'm like, wait, what, really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow,
who was he talking to? I know that had to be Big D. Who was he talking to?
Actually, it's both. They both have tried to they both tried to test the waters, and it's we're not doing that. We're not doing that here. Aaron, thanks for the super. And then Los D is a super. And look at Los on the freaking in the water of the wherever that is.
Let me tell you something about Los D real quick before you dive into this message. He sent me a picture. Los D and I were talking during the Cardinal game on Sunday. We're just shooting text back and forth, and he sent me a picture of him and his buddy Tony. Little Danny, okay?
Nice.
Los D's buddy, Little Danny, who's not little at all, by the way. He's a big dude. And it was with Candlestick Park in the background. Los D, I love that photograph. Just from me to you, buddy. I love that photograph, especially seeing Candlestick in the back. I am missing Candlestick Park more than ever this year. For some reason, I think we're all reaching like a crisis point. I don't know, bring the Niners back to San Francisco. That's a whole other discussion, but that's where I'm at.
We were having a discussion in my house last night saying, should we rally and go to Niners-Panthers Monday Night Football at Levi's? And it wasn't like a, heck yeah, let's roll, let's go. It was like, okay, well, if we do, let's figure out what,
Yeah, you got to take the day off of work. You got to take, I mean, it's like, because it's about a 3 or 4 hour journey getting in there. And good luck getting out. Good luck getting out of there.
I was going to say, do you have to take the day off the following day?
You might as well take the whole week off. I'm going to Monday Night Football. I got to put in for 5 vacation days because I'm not sure when I'm getting out of there. Yeah.
You're going to get home at midnight for 3 hours.
If you're lucky. Dude, that's if it all goes well. Yeah.
I just can't. Well, so yes, Paulie, I miss the stick so much. The other day, just for no reason, I drove through the neighborhood of Candlestick Park. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just trying to bum myself out. But
let me stop you right there. You are now like executing the same behavioral stuff that Bruce Springsteen executes in Deliver Me From Nowhere. So part of the movie, and there's a real quick aside here, and then we'll go back to the Los D thing. But in Deliver Me From Nowhere, Bruce, this is real. He really did this in real life. He keeps driving past the house he grew up in, like in the middle of the night. He'll leave his house and he'll like drive to his old neighborhood and just park across the street and like look at his house. And he keeps doing it and he keeps doing it. And then he asked the therapist, he's like, what am I doing? Well, I keep driving to my house, and Tony keeps driving by Candlestick. And I'll tell you what the therapist told Bruce. The therapist told Bruce, he goes, you're trying to repair stuff that happened in the past, but you can't fix it. Like, you can't fix it. So let me be therapist to creative Tony driving by Candlestick. You're driving by Candlestick looking for the stick, but you can't resurrect it. You can't bring it back. But that doesn't mean you're not going to drive again. You might as well drive and make sure.
I don't know. I mean, it's never going to go away. My love for that park. I so many. Oh, see, let me just show this on the show real quick. Just why not? Stand by, Paulie, if you don't mind.
No, I don't know what you're doing, but I endorse it. Yes.
There it is. There it is. I mean,
look at her. Look at her. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, man. And so the history,
dude. And shout out to the shout out to the dirt lots, shout out to Jamestown Road, shout out to 3rd Street.
Shout out to Carroll Street. I was a big Carroll Street guy.
Yeah. And by the way, bottom right of the photo, there's the escalator. Can you see the escalator?
Oh, 100%. I'll be walking up that thing every Sunday because it hardly ever worked. I didn't care either. I was happy to walk up. Tony,
did it ever break down on you in mid-ride?
Probably. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But my kids used to trip out because that's a really long and high escalator. That thing is really high from the parking lot to the upper deck. It's a long ride. We used to trip out on that thing. But dude, and all the history, all the great games played on that field, it's a shame there's nothing left of it. Literally, there's no plaque, there's no post, there's nothing. It's just a memory. You know,
there's actually a torn up sign still hanging down off of like a pole. If where you would enter the stadium, across from the dirt lots, and it's like, look at, they didn't even can somebody just take that down, please?
Let me ask you this question, Tony. Did you ever park? Okay, so you see where the north end zone is, where underneath the scoreboard, right? You see the scoreboard. Okay, so the end zone closest to us in this photo is the south end zone. Did you ever park in that lot before Niner games? Because I never really did. I was always on the other side. Because I entered the north side, sat on the north side. So I always parked on that northern lot or out on the street on Carroll. But I never really parked for Niner games in that south lot.
A couple times when I went with my uncle when he was doing the games at Candlestick, we parked there. And that was the only time, because normally I would park on the other side of 101 near Recology and walk into the stadium. Or back in the day, the parking lot that's left of the north end zone, that was where we used to tailgate as kids, and that was near the RV lot, which was over there to the left.
Oh, the RV lot, dude. Those guys, remember, they would be there like all weekend, just partying and grilling, and it's a shame. I really do. I actually have a question for the comment community over here. Tell us this, you guys. And we still got to finish up all these. We got a lot of supers we got to get to. But people that go to Levi's on a regular basis, I'm asking you, and I'm not one of them. I go once in a while. I go once a year, maybe twice a year to games down there. But for those of you who go on a regular basis, how is the tailgating scene? Can you compare it to the Stick, or is it woefully short of what Candlestick used to be? I'm curious what people
think about Levi's, Paulie? At Levi's?
Yeah.
I've tailgated a couple times. It's not awful, it's not horrible, but it's just not the same. I mean, I guess I should stop expecting it to be the same. There's I don't know, it's not, the parking lot isn't as big, and if I needed to meet somebody in a different lot, it'll take me a long time to
down there. Oh, dude, that's why I had to abandon ship at the Metallica get together, because I had to go meet Vicky, and then there was like Escobar and his crew were literally, dude, we actually asked one of the parking attendants, Tony and I were walking together. We're like, hey, let's go run over there, say hi to Escobar, and then I got to come back because I'm meeting Vicky. And the guy goes, I go, how far is it to because Escobar sent us his location. He's like, we're in C17 or whatever. And I'm like, hey, man, how long does it take to get to C17? He's like, that's at least a mile away. I'm like, okay, I don't have time. So I couldn't even see those guys. To your point,
Paulie, I just thought of a side gig. I think I'm going to maybe rent or buy a 2-person electric scooter, and I'm just gonna roll people around Levi's lot. Like, where do you need to go? Where do you need to go? Let's
you
go.
probably make a fortune. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, brother. And wear like a 49er helmet while you're giving people rides. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude. No, maybe I'll wear one of the extended skull caps for extra protection in case I fall off.
I asked a question about Levi's tailgating. John Joseph right here. Stick was way better. Noemi had a one-word answer. Sucks. Stevie B said it's getting better, but it's not Candlestick. It's not Candlestick.
Yeah, no thanks. It's just and again, the main battle is getting in and getting out. I'm not saying Candlestick was a cakewalk to get in and out of, but it was definitely better. And if you planned correctly, you took care of yourself and you got out in a decent amount of time. I felt like I've planned correctly for Levi's, and I'm still just waiting. Or it takes me forever, or I'm hopping trains. I'm literally running across train tracks to catch another train.
Like a hobo, dude, like jumping on a freight car, like a hobo while riding the rails. Yeah, just diving at trains. Yeah, no, I'm with you on the Stick too. If you knew how to maneuver in and around Candlestick, you could get out of there real quick. That's why I like that northern lot area. And there were lots, dude. There were lots. And each lot had its own like personality. It had its own scene going on. Like,
yes, totally. Boy, that's a great call. That is, and it was the regulars, man. It was the same people every single. It wasn't this secondary ticket secondary market where people sold their home tickets. Everybody went, and then you go into the stadium. You had the same people near your seats. It was like your 49er family. It was really freaking cool, man. And I don't know, that those times are just gone by the wayside, especially with the secondary ticket market, because everybody sells their tickets now. And
do you remember, Tony, when I think you'll agree with this. I'm just throwing this out here, kind of a tailgating kind of memory I have. So when I had my season tickets, I had season tickets for like 6 or 7 seasons, and then our kids were born, and I had to
Paulie, section 50?
54.
54. We were section 21. You were 50. You were north end zone. We were corner end zone, south end zone corner.
Yeah, and then once in a while, Tony and I would go to games at the Stick, like during the dark years, like during the Erickson era, and so we would just wander around. Remember, we would like say, "Let's go to section 12, see what's going on over there." We would just walk around the Stick all day and get.
We went on the top, dude. That's when we realized, wow, you can go to the very, very top of Candlestick behind the last row seats, and you can walk the entire circle of the stadium without getting hassled by anybody.
It was like a path. It was like an open path. Yeah, if you went all the way up to that last row. Damn, I miss it. But I was going to say, like, I remember, like, throughout the regular season, you would have your tailgate scene. It would be fun. You would do your thing. But then when the playoffs would come, tailgating would go up a few notches. People would start coming with London broils. People would be boiling lobster. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it got really, really intense when the playoffs and for like an NFC championship game, people would be cooking steaks and champagne. I mean, it was like a huge party. So like the quality of the tailgate would rise with the playoff games. Yeah.
100%, Paulie. Or like a huge matchup. And I got to give love to my dad's friend who passed away years ago. His name is Jerry Hellwig.
I remember Jerry. I remember him. I remember that guy. Tall and thin, right? Tall, thin guy.
And a beard, and he had an RV. And he used to bring the RV to the games. And dude, on a Monday Night Football game against the old Washington Redskins with the Hogs, the O-line was called, they called themselves the Hogs, and John Riggins was the running back.
Was this a Montana game or a Steve Young game?
Montana game.
Okay.
Montana Monday Night Football game. And dude, they decided to bring out a rotisserie and basically roast a hog in the parking lot in honor of the Hogs coming to the Stick. And we got on the news. Not personally, but the tailgate got on the news, and it was awesome because, like you said, everybody rose to the occasion of big ass matchups, man. I'm not saying people don't do that at Levi's, because yes, it's festive. It's just different.
I have, again, like I said, I think it's about accurate to say Tony and I either together or separately usually go to a game or two a year, maybe, but no more than that. It's just too hard, man. Like I'm in San Rafael. It takes over 2 hours to get there from where I am. And then, like Tony said, getting out of there is like a 12-hour expedition. But when I have walked through the lots at Levi's, during Niner games, I do see tailgaters, but it does not feel the same. And it doesn't feel as widespread. I want to shout out Little Jay. Little Jay goes, dude, by the way, how funny is this conversation? I had no idea we were going to get into this today. No clue. But I think we've touched the nerve, dude. I think we touched the nerve because everyone's getting passionate about this.
Yeah, man. It's like it's part of everybody's upbringing. It's part of and I try to speak passionately about Levi Stadium around my kids because I want them to
that's their stadium, right? The kid, they know nothing about Candlestick, right? This is where their memories are going to be. I totally get that.
It's funny. I tell my son Dominic that he did go to Candlestick in Megan's tummy because she was pregnant at the last Monday Night Football game that the pick at the stick against the Falcons, which, by the way, was a throwdown of a party in the lot. In the stadium.
Oh, bro, I was in the suite that night, dude, with Fideli and I had my son James. Who was that kid? Dude, he was one of the sales guys. Was effing wasted during. Yeah. Oh, I know his name. And by the way, he wouldn't even mind if I say this, so don't worry. He's my boy, dude. You know who was in the suite? My son still talks about. DeVoler, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say DeVoler. Devo. I was going to ask if it was DeVoler.
Out of his mind. Out of his mind. You Polymax kid? You Polymax kid? Come here, man. Dude, and James was like a little kid, dude. He was all over James, but James kept going like, what's with this guy? I'm like, well, it's Mikey. He's having a good time. But dude, that was like the two big things. More of a memory than Navarro Bowman's interception was Mikey DeVolder, bro, staggering around the suite that night. But that was an emotional night, the last night of the stick. And I feel fortunate that I got to bring my kids to Candlestick. Like they actually remember it. They remember Candlestick, which is kind of cool.
You definitely hang on to that, Paulie, because I'm so jealous of all of that. Because I try to speak of Levi's lovingly, and it's just tough, man. And I saw Stevie B in the comments saying it's sterile, and yeah, it's just got. And then I remember thinking that when they had the drone footage of the Sunday night game, and I'm like. I just remember being like, look at this place. Like, look at it. It just doesn't look. And then you see SoFi and you see the Death Star and you see what Buffalo's building. And you see, it's like, my goodness, man, those are stadiums. And especially with the way that now it's a multimedia experience. It's like, oh my goodness, man. So I don't know. You want
to, while we're doing this, sorry to interrupt you, Tony. Now I'm getting sentimental, bro. I might get emotional. Yeah. We're talking about Candlestick. We got a million supers to get to. We're supposed to do a Los D spot 10 minutes ago, but now I got to do some family, and my kid's going to kill me if he finds out about this. But, dude, you want to see? So when I had the press passes, I used to bring my boys down onto the field before games. Check this out. Here's James on the field at Candlestick as he's probably, he's got to be, I think he's probably 8 or 9 years old right here. Look at that. Hold on.
Oh, see, come on, man.
You see the stick in the background?
Yes, of course. That's phenomenal.
Hold on,
phenomenal.
I got a couple more. Let me see if because this just brings it all back, man.
That's a great shot. That's a great shot.
It all freaking back.
God, do you remember getting the tour of Levi's before it opened? Remember that tour that we got when they brought us down? Do you remember that, Paulie?
100%. Yeah, we were in the locker room and stuff. Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know. I was trying to get excited about it, but the whole picking the wrong sideline out of the gates was pretty funny too. Like,
here's another one, dude. Ready for this? I got James. Dude, with his face. I got James with the guys warming up right behind him. Here's more great Candlestick stuff. Hold on, see that?
Oh yeah, dude.
See the flat brim, dude. The flat brim. Yeah.
Flat brim. I love it, man. Heck yeah. Come on, James. All damn day.
But there's yeah.
I feel like I want to get to like some.
Oh yeah. It's business time.
We've got some wonderful supers, people chiming in, and yes, we'll get to Los D. We'll get to Dr. Matt Young. We've got some great pictures to show of Matt Young in Arizona.
He was at the game, sitting on the 50. Yeah. Matt Young, this guy's a gangster, man. He's a president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry, and he sits on the 50-yard line in Arizona. Gangster.
That's how he rolls, dude. But Escobar Cheeks III is checking in saying Luke Perry's son is a pro wrestler. Hashtag smash the like button. Hashtag defund the Chiefs. Utah is a melanin lacking state and dry AF, except the ladies just say.
Yeah, it's not like Sydney's a weird town, man. It's a weird town, Escobar. But you want to hear a crazy story? Well, let's just tell stories today, bro. I got a million of them, Tony. Here's a true story. True story.
Yeah.
When you and I, this has got to freaking applaud this. Tony and I, we didn't like where things were going at the Ticket 1050, so we decided we're going to write our letters of resignation and hand them in to Tony Salvador, which we did. We marched in there because they were trying to reassign us and to make us do all this BS we didn't want to do. So I was like, we're like, forget that. We resign. We freaking quit. So after that, and then we're back there in a couple of years. But during that period when I was like looking for a new job, I actually interviewed, I don't know if you remember this, but this happened probably around like 2001, maybe 02, something like that. I had an interview with a classic rock station in Salt Lake City. I had sent them my demo and stuff. They called me back. They're like, hey, we're looking for somebody. So they flew me in. And I got to see, I remember this, it was a Clear Channel station. And it was one of those facilities, Tony, that had like 5 or 6 different radio stations in one building. It was like one of those deals. So I walked in there and dude, I got very strange vibes in Salt Lake City. Yeah. I really did. I felt first of all, 90% of the population is incredibly good looking. That's the men, that's the women. They all look like models, but they're a little too perfect. You know what I mean? Like everybody's tucked in, everybody's like perfect hair, perfect teeth, perfect everything. And I'm a rogue. I'm like, where's the ugliness? Give me some dirt. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can roll like this. And I did to Escobar's point, you have to join a club and get a specific like card, like an ID card if you want to drink in bars. They have all these really weird rules with alcohol. Like you can't buy
Sundays. You can't buy alcohol on Sundays.
No, it's dry. You can't. There's no liquor on Sunday. And if you want to go out and have, like, if Tony and I wanted to go have a beer, we would have to first get these ID cards that clears us, and then you go into it's the whole thing was weird. Anyway, Tony, I actually rejected it because of that. They wanted me, and I'm like, I don't think I can do it. I didn't tell them that. I came up with some other excuse, but I was like, I don't think I can live in Salt Lake City. I just don't think this place ain't for me. No disrespect if you guys are from there or you know people from there. I just didn't feel right to me. You feel me on that, T?
When you're a coastal kid and you're raised in the Bay Area, then you want to talk about a gear shift from the Bay Area to Salt Lake City. It's just a total gear shift. And I mean, dude, if you're not buying stuff on Sundays, then I'm stocking up on Saturdays, man. I'll tell you that right now.
And by the way, who's going to address my herbal delish concerns? You know what I mean? Are we token in SLC? Because that's going to be part of the regiment. I'll have to fly in my own plants. Is that what you guys are saying? You know?
By the way, we got to get to the supers, but
I know. Sorry. It's my fault.
No, remind me, Paulie, to go into, you know how they just reopened the government, right? And we're not going to talk politics here, but the one thing that was like kind of, wow, just remind me about Herbal Delish and the reopening of the government. Just remind me about that, okay?
Yeah, I will. I hope it's not going to affect me because I got to have my Delish. I mean, that's part of my daily allotment. Yeah.
You know the friends Chris and Sean Lafferty who have the Yem Ranch in Colorado where I stay for fish shows and stuff.
Yeah,
great people. Sean is badass who makes great CBD oil and has done really well for himself in Colorado. But there's just things have happened since they reopened the government where things were slyly put some wording was put into some of the we'll just get into it later.
You gotta as the Grateful Dead boys say, you gotta let it grow, man. Come on. God put it here, and as Dave Chappelle said, God put it here for me and you. That's all.
Let's just say that the clock is ticking. There's 360 days until this goes into effect, so we got to raise holy hell if this goes through, which
they'll never stop me. They'll never stop me. Right. I'll be like James Cagney. I'll be, you know what I mean? You'll never get me alive, copper. I got friggin' 10 plants in my closet right here. You know what I mean? Like they'll never catch me and John Joseph. Well, believe me, we got it covered. We'll make sure everyone's happy. All right, Tony.
Stinking Badges. Thank you for the super. And also, I don't know if I thanked Escobar for the super, but thank you, brother. And that made me laugh out loud. Stinking Badges says, doing sound for a quarterback's roundtable tomorrow at Stanford. Heck yeah, dude. Nice. It says Steve Young, Andrew Luck, Jim Plunkett, and some others for the book American Kings. Dude, that is fantastic. Hey, Greg, why don't you do some guest booking for us and say, hey guys, you want to come on the Polymac Particles show? I'm kidding, but like,
I'd love to have Steve Young on. Steve Young is the freaking best. He's one of the greatest interviews and one of the greatest human beings I literally have ever met. I cannot say enough good things about Steve Young. He's incredibly cool when you have conversations with him. But yeah, Badges, have a great time, bro. Sound it up, man. Get those levels right. And thank you for checking in.
Badges, report back after the fact. I want to hear about how it goes. We both want to hear how it goes, man.
Tony,
look at yeah.
What were you gonna say? Look at what?
I was gonna say Plunkett still going strong.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just gonna mention Plunkett. Tony, don't you think, or where do you stand on Jim Plunkett not being in the Hall of Fame?
It's BS.
He won 2 Super Bowls, Jim Plunkett.
Yeah,
he won two freaking Super Bowl. I don't know what it's always like. There's so many politics, it seems, with the NFL, with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Same what they just did to Amy Trask. They're going to make her win. Yeah.
Yep. Get Trask and Plunkett. Give them a packaged Raider deal. Put them a packaged Raider deal. Plunkett and Trask in 2026. Let's go.
By the way, dude, speaking of the Raiders, did you see that? I mean, I feel like, dude, they are. It's, you know what? I should stop picking on Geno Smith because I watched the whole game last night, and I've been hard on Geno Smith all year. I'm ready to tell you it's not his fault. That Raider offensive line, I would fire every one of those guys. I'd be like, you know what? You're all gone. All of you. You're all gone.
Hey, how about this, Paulie? Chip Kelly is the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL.
A joke. I don't know how this guy continues to do this. He keeps getting these high-profile jobs, and everywhere he goes, it is a disaster.
And did you see the footage of Mark Davis in the suite, like towards the end of the game? Did you see it?
Where he was leaning back in his chair and stuff like that?
And the haircut, and he's got like some like really attractive woman to his right. And I'm like, who is that? Like,
she can't be digging it, man. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but there's no way she's psyched about that. Yeah.
There's all kinds of subplots going on there.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
I know he's a nice person, and I know that people that we know in the Raiders organization speak highly of him, but dude, I just don't get the hair. And I'm bald, so it's not like it's not a jealousy thing. But if I had hair in my head, I just wouldn't I wouldn't pay somebody to make my hair.
He's probably paying $500 for that haircut too. He's probably got like a stylist doing that. You know what I mean? Oh, you look great, Mark. You look great. Yeah, go get him. They got to do something. I mean, the Raiders literally cannot even execute a handoff because as soon as Geno Smith turns around to hand the ball off, there's 4 defenders tackling the running back. Like, it was almost unwatchable. I mean, I'm happy for Rags, the Cowboys won and stuff, but at the same time, the Raiders, it was more sad than anything else. They got to overhaul that entire thing they got going on out there. I mean, it's a disgrace. It really is.
And Matt Stenson, dude, Ashton Jeanty, yes, he would look great in a Niner uniform. You're damn right about that. But that's a very costly trade.
And Robot Centaur, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The play where it's like one comedy of errors after another. Right. Robot Centaur is talking about the safety in the back of the end zone. That was effing ridiculous. But that was my point. The second Geno Smith handed that ball off, he was getting tackled, like literally the second. He could barely make the exchange. So anyway, tough night for the Raiders. Tony,
and Paulie, this is where knowing Rags, this is where I get happy for Rags when the Cowboys have a convincing win, like they did, and where Dak looks like the good side of Dak showed up. Dak didn't Dak last night. He played well. And his numbers were great, dude. He had 4 TDs. I was like, I don't know, he's like 25 of 33, I think, and like almost 300 yards passing. And I watched the post game, and it was a great conversation between Van Pelt and Dak because they were also talking about just the stuff they've been going through the last 2 weeks. Of losing their stud lineman. It's like I can't imagine what they've been going through, and I feel like Dak is like one of the guys to kind of he galvanized those guys together. And it was like, that's pretty cool. And they were all wearing the t-shirts, and it was cool. It was I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I was feeling them last night. And dude, George Pickens, by the way, I mean, that kid is having a season, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, so, and I don't think the Cowboys. What's their record? I gotta look their record up, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, or maybe they're borderline. But it'd be interesting to see what they do the rest of the season. But the Raiders, dude, and yeah, it's not all Geno Smith, Paulie. And here's the thing, Pete Carroll. Do you think Pete Carroll's back next year? Like,
I think that Pete Carroll. I mean, listen, if they fire Pete Carroll, they're not accomplishing anything. I mean, you can't bring somebody else in that's going to make it better. I would keep Pete Carroll for like 2 or 3 years. Like, let him really get a chance to get his own people in there, have some say in some draft picks, have some say in the direction this thing is going to go. Because I actually think Pete Carroll, if he gets a chance, I think he might be able to turn it around in time, and at least make them competitive. But if you give him 1 year and fire him, it's just going to be the same story all over again. Now, and I think, Tony, since the Raiders have been in Los Angeles 5 years, they've had 4 coaches already.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. So what did I say?
Los Angeles, but that's fine.
No, Vegas. Yeah.
Paulie, speaking of head coaches, did you happen to see the little tidbit about the Kiffins touring Baton Rouge?
He's another one. Kiffin and Chip Kelly, same story. Like Kiffin just keeps bouncing from high profile gig to high profile gig. And I'll remind you, true story. I remember this. When Al Davis introduced him as a Raider head coach, dude, he called him Lance. It was the best. He goes, "Come on up here, Lance." And dude, Lance, everybody was looking around. Who's Lance? Oh, you mean Lane? Your coach? Yeah. Where is he? I want to see Lance. Get him up here. I
could see Lane Kiffin in Baton Rouge coaching LSU. I could definitely.
How do you think Brooksy, for real? Because Brooksy's our LSU guy. How's he going to take that? Will he like that, or will he hate?
I think Brooksy will like it more than Brian Kelly. I don't think Brooksy ever liked Brian Kelly. And the best is when Brian Kelly gets hired and goes to the press conference, and all of a sudden he's got a Southern drawl. It's like,
I think this is going to be good for my family. I'm like, whoa, who's this dude? Yeah,
somebody throw me some crawfish. You know.
I'll tell you one thing right now. We're gonna raise hell down here in Baton Rouge, y'all. Yeah, like who's this guy? Yeah, full on. Yeah. I decided to go Cajun. For my family. That's how I remember how he said family. For me and my family. Yeah.
Yes, dude. It was such a joke, man. Anyways, Paulie, I got to finish the Supers because you and I really appreciate. I want to get to Patty's last because it's something that I do want to mention.
And let's not forget, we got to take care of some business too. Yeah. Okay.
100%, Paulie. But SGA Sports Talk channel, what is up? Thank you for joining us yesterday as part of the PNP VIP. And SGA Sports Talk channel says, "Hi, Paulie and Tony. You two guys are the best on YouTube. Thank you very much. Spread the word. Everybody, spread the word. We got to do grassroots on this this show. We're building it brick by brick. But thank you for the kind words and thank you for the super. Seriously, at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Like and subscribe while you're there. And as the kids say, smash the like button, or as Escobar Cheeks III likes to say, smash the like button.
Yeah.
Speaking of Escobar Cheeks III, he's a super. Again, he says the one tailgater at Candlestick would make weekly opposing team themed meals. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That is the way to roll. If you're going to go out there and tailgate, and if you're going to do it in style, that's what you got to do. You got to have the theme. You got to have the based on who's coming to your town or coming to the stick. That's basically what we saw every weekend back in the day, and it was the same people over and over and over. It wasn't like a constantly different group of people that were parking next to you.
It was like another family that you would have that you would only see at Niner games. Like, here's an example, Tony. I'll never forget this. There was a couple that sat right next to me in section 54, and ready for this? I only saw them at games. It was a guy and a woman, and they drove all the way down from Reading. And they would come down on Saturday night, spend the night, go to the Niner game, and then drive back up Monday morning. They would make like a weekend out of it. And you're right. You would meet a lot of cool people. And yeah, man, and so I should say this too. Joe Schmo had a message up a couple of minutes ago. He goes, "Guys, don't forget, Raider games in Oakland were really fun too, bro. 100%.
Yep.
The Raider tailgate scene in Oakland was out of control. Remember our friend Stoner dude, his band Raiderhead? Bro, he would even have a full Raiderhead. That was the name of his band. And those Raider fans, man, they had a really good time. And I got to tell you, this is how I judge anybody, really, is they were always super cool to me and you. Like, they took us in, and they knew we were Niner fans, but they were super cool to us. So I got a soft spot for the Raider fans, especially in Oakland. You know,
shout out us doing the Joe Bugle show. Shout out us doing a show called The Sixth Spot with, dare I say, the defensive back Lorenzo Lynch. Remember Lorenzo Lynch?
Oh my God. Yeah.
But that's where we kind of had a relationship with Lincoln Kennedy, with Tim Brown, like great dude.
John Gruden. We knew John Gruden.
Yeah. That's where I'll never forget when I asked Gruden, you know, like, what, you're driving to the facility at 4 a.m, what are you listening to? And he goes, "Well, I always like to turn a little Bachman Turner Overdrive." And I'm like, dude, yes, dude, PTO.
He liked AC/DC. He liked Bon Jovi. I remember I like to put on some Bon Jovi, or like, you know, kind of like I like old AC/DC, Paulie Mac, AC/DC. You know what I mean? He was a cool guy though, man. John Gruden was always really cool to us, man.
He was. And dude, look at Matty Balls checking in. What's up, Matty Balls?
Matty Balls. Great handle, brother. Great handle.
Says, Jeff George turned up. Jeff George. Remember the victory lap by Jeff George?
When he beat the Falcons, I think they were like 2-10, something like that. He's taking a lap around the Georgia Dome. I'm like, bro, you're out of your freaking mind. Who was the other guy they had in there for a little while? They had so many QBs coming and going, dude, coming and going. Do you remember when Carson Palmer was under center in Oakland for a while? He was actually another really good dude. Amy Trask introduced Carson Palmer to us. But yeah, dude, the Jeff George thing. Where's Jeff George today? What's he doing right now, Jeff George?
Boy. That's a great question, man. We should try and hunt him down and get him on the show. Paulie, a couple more supers. Los D says, I can't get with Levi's. I was a Calvin Klein guy, 80s. Nice. I mean, going back to the Future. Remember when he was wearing the Calvin Kleins. And it's funny, man, is I like when you talk about sponsorships, I actually don't mind the Levi's sponsorship and like Levi's Stadium, and like it's a San Francisco brand, and
it's better than being named after a bank or something, like I
don't even know, like Arrowhead Stadium is like I don't even know the name of the stadium, but like I made the mistake of calling it Arrowhead, and somebody corrected me because it was the sponsorship.
No, dude, it's Principal Financial Field or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's great. Yeah,
I mean, so it's just like, okay, so I'll take Levi's all day as a sponsorship. But
hey, the truth, you want to know what, Tony? I swear to God, now I will. Here's something I prefer Levi's for. I'll take Levi's as a name over 3Com, dude, any day, dude. 3Com, get the F out of here with 3Com.
Remember the sign, 3Com Park, a fun place to be.
That was when we hit rock bottom. That was rock bottom.
As Niner fans, as you drove into the Candlestick parking lot in the darkest years, the Erickson years. 3Com Park, a fun place to be.
That's true story. It was on a huge sign when you pulled into park. A fun place to be. That's what it's come to.
Yeah. I think you and I were passing a J back to each other.
I think we're Tony. Look at that, man. Yeah. It's a fun place to be. Yeah.
Escobar, one more time. Escobar Cheeks the third, another super. He says, Devo, Kenny Wardell, and I have been boys for over 20 years. Just imagine those parties. This is wild.
My God, dude! I didn't know you knew Kenny Wardell, bro.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Okay, Escobar, we had a lot to talk about. Yeah, Devo is Mikey DeVolder. He had one on that night. Escobar, man, he was. Dude, again, I can't think about that last game of Candlestick without thinking about Devo because he became the star of the night. Yeah, I bet you he doesn't even remember it. He probably doesn't even know he was there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, for those that don't know, Devo and Kenny Wardell were a couple of KBR salespeople that were great. They are great guys. And whenever I run into
and they're really good salesmen too. Yeah. Like Kenny, it was a total pro, man. He was really, really good. In fact, you know what you got to do? Get rid of Kenny immediately. He's too good. Let's get rid of him. Yeah.
And then Patty from Napa. Thank you, Escobar. And Patty from Napa is a super. Thank you, Patty. She says, maybe we should just go sit in the parking lot at the Stick for a PNP Army event. Just a thought. Patty, on that note, first of all, thank you for the super. Love you.
I kind of like that.
Dude, Paulie, remember when we had, because Paulie and I did those videos last year.
Hot and sour videos.
Yeah, the hot and sour picks videos. We weren't doing the show yet. We were just doing weekly videos with our picks. We actually entertained the idea of just bringing out a Weber grill and two beach chairs and filming a video in the middle of where the Candlestick parking lot would be. So that's so funny you say that, Patty. So you're onto something there. You are definitely onto something. We could bring a canopy. We could bring barbecues. Neil could bring his pizza ovens. We could
bring a couple of Nerf footballs. We'll throw it around like you used to in the parking lot. Throw some passes around. You know what I mean?
I mean, if the Niners have a road playoff game, which I think that would be if they're in the playoffs, that would be where they're doing.
Just sit in the parking lot and party.
Yes, and we could bring TVs. We could watch the game in the who. Could you imagine getting busted too?
Well, say, how long would it take before we get arrested for trespassing? You and I getting thrown into a paddy wagon like in handcuffs, you know what I mean, for trespassing at the old Candlestick location.
I think there's something to this, man. And we could like tell the people at Cron, hey guys, just so you know, if you want to cover a cool story, we're going to be tailgating at where the Stick used to be for the Niners, whatever.
Maybe we do a live broadcast for VIPs. Maybe we just turn on the cameras. And by the way, Little Jay, I love the name Little Jay. Little Jay checked in and goes, dude, love this Candlestick talk. He goes, how about every Tuesday we do like Candlestick Park memories or something like that?
Nice.
I'm in. I mean, I could do a year on Candlestick memories of my own, of just my own. You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing though, Tony, and they didn't have a lot of them. There were not a lot of concerts at Candlestick. There was a handful, but I never saw a show there.
I saw McCartney there. He was freaking great.
When they shut the stick down, that was the last thing they ever did there. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a phenomenal way to ride into the sunset with McCartney. And it was with my parents too. And it was like, as my mom saw the Beatles there, whatever year that was.
66.
66, yeah. So it was full circle for her. So it was really cool. But still, it was a bummer too, because it's like, God, I'm never gonna be inside this place again.
Hey Tony, I know. I've enjoyed the Candlestick talk though. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It looks like you did.
Paulie, the Candlestick talk is better than talking about who the Niners are going to have for a kicker, or the fact that Jacoby Brissett dropped back to pass 57 times and they didn't sack him once, and that the Niners are dead last in total sacks in the NFL with 12, dude. 12
That's going to ultimately come back to haunt them. I mean, when they really need a big game, or as a play, if they get in as a wild card team, I mean, that's going to this is football 101. It's ABCs. We all know this, but to say it again, you can. And the Rams game was a perfect illustration of that. If you don't apply pressure to these playoff caliber quarterbacks, you're going home. You're freaking going home, man. There's too many.
I didn't know they were last. I had to look it up. I'm like, wait a second, they're actually last in the.
And NFL? I can't blame the absence of Nick Bosa for that entirely. There's got to be other guys to step up. Shanahan says it all the time. Next man up. Next man up. That's football. Guys go down. The next guy's got to come in and perform. And the Niners have not, to your point, last in the league, have not laid a glove on most of the quarterbacks they've seen. What?
Have not laid a glove. They haven't laid a glove on anybody.
Robot Centaur with great call. Robot Centaur.
I was just going to mention Centaur. Go for it.
Dude,
Centaur, you're onto it. I saw this as well when I was looking up the sack numbers. Bosa is number 2 in sacks for the Niners, and he hasn't played since week 3. So
there's the story of the 2025 Niners. I mean, you can't. I think the fact that we don't have a lot of our best players on the field, especially on the defensive side of the ball, ultimately is going to hurt this team. It already has. Yeah. And the fact that, Arkansas Dave. Okay, now see, I got to stop looking at you guys because that's another great idea. Arkansas Dave checking in. He goes, how about on Thursday we have the best of the Cow Palace, dude? We could, we should show the old video. We should show our Cow Palace video. Maybe on Thursday, the one we shot last year. We just went waltzing in there. Tony and I just walked in like we owned the place. That was really
the doors were open. The doors were wide open. They were unlocked. The doors were open. We walked right in and recorded a video. And then I forget the gentleman's name, but he introduced himself, gave us his business card, and he's like, "Yeah, I basically run all the events that's coming through." And I'm like, "Dude, let's have concerts here, man." But also, real quick, Paulie, the Niners, they're 25th. They rank 25th in total defense. They give up 352.9 yards per game. They're 22nd in points allowed. And they're 23rd in the defensive success rate. Okay, they're also 20th in the red zone. So like they give up a touchdown 66% of the time. So when they're in the red zone, when their opposing teams in the red zone. So
I'd like to hear the stats of the Niner offense in the red zone too, how we've performed in the red zone, because it hasn't been great. I mean, Niners get inside the red zone a lot and they don't always convert. I'd say it's probably 50%, maybe something like that.
Maybe that improves with Brock, and nothing against Mac Jones, but maybe that improves with Purdy and the mobility factor. Like, it was nice to see. Again, I have to preface this with nothing against Mac. I love the job he did, but it was nice to see the quarterback being able to, avoid pass rush and get outside the pocket and use their legs. Or use his legs. So that was really cool to see. But the defensive thing is worrisome, dude. And also, remember Greg Joseph? And Jake Moody had the battle in camp.
Yes.
He's on the Raiders practice squad, and he just was signed last week to the Raiders practice squad. Might they want to give him a call and see if there's something that can work out? Because they obviously liked the kid, he's not the kid, but obviously liked the guy to have him bring him in to compete with Jake Moody. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting because I don't want games to come down to a field goal and then they lose the game because of a field goal. And the Panthers are going to come in here expecting to win the football game outright. So
the Panthers are, if you take a look at what they've been doing the last 5-6 weeks, they're playing good football. They really are. And now they're getting confident. Now they have some confidence. Their quarterback's getting confident. What do you think of their QB? What do you think of that kid? He's so little. He's so undersized, but he is playing really well.
But it's another mobile quarterback that has always given the Niners troubles, and he's playing well, dude. He threw over 400 yards on Sunday.
Yeah.
So and that kid Rico Dowdle is really good too. Like, dude, Chuba Hubbard was the guy in Carolina, and all of a sudden they said, "Step aside, Butch," and now it's Rico. And so, by the way, Rico Suave. I would hope that at Carolina home games, whenever he gets the football, they play Rico Suave over the loudspeakers. I would hope. I would just hope that their PR department is all over that. Please.
What was the thing we used to play in Spanish on the? Oh no, that was Right Said Fred. We had Yo Soy Tin Sexy. Yeah, Yo Soy Tin Sexy. Tony and I think I'm the guy who owns it. Somewhere it's in my house. I have a CD. I don't know how I got this, man. It's a Spanish version of Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy. It's incredible. Can you pull that up? Is there any chance you can get your hands on that real quick?
Spanish. We're going Spanish.
Just for the opening. It's great. It's great. We used to come out of breaks playing this, dude. People were like, what are these guys doing? What's wrong with these guys? Like,
okay, stand by.
Give it to me. Give it to all of us. Yes.
All right, hang on. I gotta find it, dude.
Take your time. Okay. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh boy, this is an experiment. Here we go.
Okay.
We're going from Candlestick to Soy Tan Sexy.
Okay. I'm in. Count me in.
Here we go. I don't think there's any visual, but
don't need one. Don't need one.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Stand by.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's the
Oh.
Soy Tan Sexy, give me more. Tan Sexy, give me more. Va abbandonarme.
Yeah, no, we used to come out of breaks with that. There'd be a commercial break, and then Tony would hit that to bring us back into it. Let me hear the beginning one more time. Give me that Soy Tan Sexy.
Soy Tan Sexy, que mi amor. Okay.
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
All right, here we go.
Soy Tan Sexy, que mi amor. Tan Sexy, que mi amor. Va abbandonarme.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, dude. Let's put the wheels on. Los D. Let's talk about let's talk about. Give me a hop, Tony. Hup.
Paulie, before we get to giving Los D some love and Dr. Young some love, I do want to say thank you for Fareed Robocentar for giving us the original McVay. Elf on a Shelf, Elf on a Sleigh, because he did it like literally in 2 minutes. He turned it around quick stop for the show, and then Dom, with a little more time, was able to put this together.
Dude, look it! I want that on my front lawn, bro. I need this on my front. Look on his face. I don't know what it is, man. There's something about this. This is one of the greatest ideas of all time. Fareed is the guy who started this.
Fareed is the one who started. You and I were talking. You said he looks like an elf, and then I said, "Well, maybe this year it should be McVay on a shelf." And then next thing you know, Fareed went to work, and then Dom went to work, and so there you go. There's
look
McVay.
At him, dude. I can't get enough of that. I mean, if I could just get that on a T-shirt, like seasoned greetings. Look at him, and he's so happy. He's so happy to be on his little sleigh. How about yesterday? We talked about like McVay, like whipping the deer and stuff, or the reindeer on the sleigh. Yeah.
And then you got McVay. Then you got McVay giving the Heisman. Okay, you got the.
I don't know. This is like. I mean, look at the guys down low taking pictures of him. You got people shooting.
Oh God!
Hey Dom, keep it going, man.
People coming to the show late. They're asking. They say I look like a monk. They say, "Am I going to the Shire?" This is my flamingo robe / on a Roby Tuesday / cape given to me from Pine Needle. So thank you so much, Pine Needle. Dude, if there's anybody in charge of set design and wardrobe, it's Pine Needle. You're hired, dude.
Yeah, 100%. We've got the most talented audience in the Bay Area. We got Escobar Cheeks doing security. We got Don Peralta taking care of the artwork. We got Fareed at the KNBR with the PMP Sports Desk. Yeah. And everyone's got a role in this concoction.
Well, Paulie, we also have David Shanklin, aka NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC, which is going to lead us to.
Give us the loose. 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 What load would you like?
Give us the los.
There we go, dude. David, thank you.
A little wow. Hey, let's talk about Carlos De La Fuente. Finally, after an hour of hijinks, here we go. Carlos handling some business. I want to talk about Carlos De La Fuente, the human being, today a little bit. We know about his services, Flex Funding, San Francisco native, been in business over 25 years. All of your money matters, and that goes for loans, that goes for mortgages, and that goes for just great financial advice for your family, for yourself as an individual, for your business, if that applies. Carlos De La Fuente, this is what he does. Like, and we just talked about how everybody kind of in the PMP community has a role. Carlos is the money guy, man, and I'm glad he is, because people like Tony and myself, we don't know our way through the wilderness when it comes to finances. We have other things we can do, but that's not one of them. So having Carlos in our corner, I don't know. I just think it gives me confidence, and I know he's done a lot of great work for a bunch of PMPers already. Oh, dude, and I've been meaning to say this. I just had a thought. Carlos and I were talking a couple of days ago about our great friend Corinne in Fairfax, and if you've noticed, she's been absent recently, and Carlos let me know that she has not been feeling well. So I just want to say, Corinne, if you're out there listening, if you're watching, I just want to say we love you, we miss you, and take your time, get healthy, and come on back and join us whenever you're able to. But I just want to send my thoughts out to Corinne, because she's one of our favorite people, and she is a very satisfied customer of Carlos De La Fuente at Flex Funding. They did a lot of work together. Carlos actually, dude, he did work for Renell Brooks Moon's mom. Helped her with her mortgage. So, like, Carlos's resume kind of speaks for itself. You can see all the positive reviews on Yelp if you want to check those out. He, as I've said multiple times, he's helped multiple PMPers through a variety of situations. Tony's got friend Peter Hoffman, one of our mutual friends. He's worked with Carlos. And if you're on the fence or you're at that point, talking to your spouse, talking to your partner, like, geez, how are we going to handle this? How are we going to get the money to do, X, Y, Z, whatever that might be? Talk to Carlos. Let him go to work for you and let him talk about your finances. Take a look at things. You'll find this in the experience with Carlos. There will never be any appraisal fees, no hidden fees of any kind at any time, no escrow or title fees. He will always get the deal closed. If you do engage with him, he will get the deal closed generally within 8 days, which is pretty up tempo for that business. And again, one of the things we like to remind people of, if you guys are thinking about drawing money from your mortgage, talk to Carlos about that. That is one of his areas of expertise. Home equity lines of credit is something he specializes in, and he can tell you if that's right for you at this time. So reach out and talk to Carlos, 925-250-4894. Carlos at myflexnow.com, Tony.
Yeah, and Paulie, you said everything that needs to be said about Carlos, the man, and I just want to say about Carlos, the Flex Funding guru, the Flex Funding hashtag one-stop shop for Flex Funding. I'm going to let other people speak for us. This is from Mari in Antioch, a review, 5 stars to Carlos De La Fuente. And we worked with Carlos on a purchase and refi, and he was with us every step of the way. He made the experience so smooth, quick, and easy. We saved ourselves a lot of time, money, headache, and heartburn by going the right way with Carlos. Thanks, and we'll see you again when we need you, okay? And then also Dee and Hercules says, I will never work with anyone else.
Nice.
I've been a client for, and he has, and Carlos has been I've been a client for Carlos with Carlos De La Fuente, an amazing guy. He got the job done. Not an easy task, I tell you. Whoo, what a load off our shoulders. Thank you so much. And so he said they make a mission impossible. He made an impossible mission possible, basically, is what Didi's saying from Hercules. So it's again, we say if you think you have a situation that may not be feasible, present it to Los.
Yep.
He can try and make it work for you. And if it's not going to work, he'll let you know. But it's also establishing the relationship for when you are ready or when you do come across another situation. So Carlos De La Fuente, we love you, brother. Thank you for being partners with us. And seriously, it's not just about the business transaction. It's about the relationship that you are building with Carlos, that we've built with Carlos for 7 months now. So 925-250-4894. Give Carlos a ring, 925-250-4894, or you can email Carlos at myflexnow.com. Like you said, friends of mine locally here on the peninsula have reached out and they've had success with Carlos. You can too. So get in touch with Los. He'll take care of you.
Los and I are already talking, Tony, about a rendezvous next year when Rush goes back on tour. He was because this Rush tour is out of control. If you're a Rush fan, like they're selling out, everything's sold out like in 10 minutes, and doing like 4 gigs in all the big cities. Like New York gets 4 shows, LA gets 4 shows, San Jose is going to get 2, but the big cities, Chicago, New York, LA, Detroit, stuff like that, they're all getting 4 nights. So Los D was like, dude, let's go see freaking Rush out in Phoenix. And I was okay. And he sent me some of the prices, dude. They're very affordable. So I might be flying out there to get my Tom Sawyer on with Los. That's next year though. Hey, Tony, I also wanted to say and welcome back, Rags, dude. We miss you. We had a really fun show today, Rags. I was bummed that Rags got pulled into a meeting. Dude, we did like a Candlestick Park, like a 40-minute session on Candlestick. I don't know how it started, but it was awesome. And now we're getting requests for Candlestick Talk on Tuesdays. Count me in for that, bro. And a Cow Palace Thursday. That's on the back of my mind, too. But I wanted to say, speaking of Rags, because he's all happy he's back to the show, I wanted to mention Tony and we're getting to the time of the year now, because I have some housekeeping stuff here, Tony, I just wanted to go through. We're getting to the time of the year now where Tony and I have started to map out our time off. Because I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we really haven't taken any time off this year. We've basically worked from January to the present. And I'm not complaining. It's been a great year. And you guys have been amazing. This audience we're building is spectacular. We're very fortunate to have you guys. But we do need to catch our breath. At the end of the year, you get burnt out. I'm sure you guys all feel the same way. So Tony and I are talking like, hey, you take these dates, I'll take these dates. We're working all that stuff out right now. But I can start like making some of these announcements now. Things to look forward to. I think Tony and I are going to kind of stagger our time off. Like he'll take some time off. And while he's out, I'll do a couple of fill-in shows. And I think, Tony, I want to just let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to do a couple of shows with Rags. I'm going to do a couple of shows with Los D. I'm going to do a couple of shows with Dom. And if we guys end up springboarding from that. So anyway, that'll be coming up in December. We're going to have a lot of fun with Rags as a guest host, with Dom as a guest host, and Los D, and it could be more. Who knows where this is going to go? But I also should say that we have different people coming onto the show. We have our music assignment sponsor already set up for this week. It's very exciting. We started this last week, and I'll kind of reset this if you're interested or if you missed it. I'm laughing. I should see this. I happen to glance over. Rags goes, I'm commando under my robe. So let that sink in while I tell you about this. Tony, we have our new idea where we're offering sponsorships of the weekly music assignment to our audience. If anybody wants to step up, you take over the music assignment. You come up with the concept. You tell us what you want to do, and we will follow your suit. Now, we are asking, it is a sponsorship, so we're asking you guys to contribute to the show. We asked for $100 to come in. Tony, I think I might cut that in half because I don't want to scare anybody away. It's not
whatever people can do.
That's the idea. If you can come in for 50, that's great. If you can come in for 100, that's even better because that helps us and it keeps money trickling in. And the money that does come in, believe me, it goes right back into the show. You can trust me on that, man. But we do need different sources of income coming in, and we can have some fun in the process. So we have our new sponsor in place for this week, but you can always email us, paulyspod@gmail.com, if you have an idea or you want to say like, hey, I want to be a music segment sponsor. Just send us a donation. We'll ask for 50. If you want to leave more than that, that's great. The first couple of weeks, we've had people give us 100. If you can do that, we'd be thrilled. So Tony, do you want to announce that today or do we boot that down the road? Because we do have the concept and we have the guy. The new sponsor is in place.
Let's dangle it and hold it until Thursday. Let's let people know that we have somebody in place, and that person, you should keep your silence as well. And and then Thursday we can reveal it and have a ton of fun with it. And then hopefully this springboards, like we've talked about, I know there is a way to take calls that we're going to look into for 2026, but we haven't been able to talk to you guys, to talk to the audience the way terrestrial radio does.
Yeah.
So this is one way for people to be a greater part of the show, even though the chat is lively and phenomenal and on fire every single day.
And there's talent out there, dude. I'm telling you, there's some funny stuff. Like I want Stevie B on the show. I want like Lil J on the show. I want Beat LA on the show. And to Tony's point, Tony and I have always championed interaction with the audience. We did that when we were in radio. We love taking the phone calls. Not all the shows did, but we did. And we've tried to figure out, how do we do that here? Well, we can bring you guys on as a guest sponsor for a segment, and we can have some fun. Because if you do sponsor the music assignment, you're coming on the show with us. We will give you the segment with us, like we did last week with the great Patty from Napa. She was our first. But anyway, Tony, finish your thought, man.
I think you said Little J, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Hey,
I
Little
did.
J. Little J, first of all, love the handle. Second of all, welcome, is now a PMP VIP member. Little J, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for becoming a Little J PMP VIP. And anybody that's interested to do that, it's right next to the subscribe, right next to the like and subscribe button on the YouTube channel. So if you want to do that, we're going to be giving more of that content in 2026 and maybe something for the holidays. So thank you so much for everybody that's supporting us on that route as well with the PMP VIP.
Big time. And you guys, like I was saying, like you can, if you want to sponsor a segment like in a week or 2 weeks, just send it in now. Like we will take them in the order that they come in. So we already have this week covered. If you want to sponsor next week, you can email us today if you want to and say like, hey, hold next Friday for me because I got an idea. Well, however you want to play it, just email us paulyspod@gmail.com. Okay, Tony, also want to remind everybody, because it's getting real now. Dom and I talked about design ideas last night, dude. I'm already laughing thinking about this. The Holiday Frolic is coming up, our holiday party, where we're going to celebrate. It's not about denomination. It's not about Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever. We're just having a good time, man. We just want to have a holiday party. We want to get all our friends together in one place, and that will be happening on December 5th. It's a Friday. We'll kick this thing off at 4 p.m. Our new dear friends over at Standard Deviant Brewing, they will be our generous host. Tony, you describe again where the location is for the people who haven't been there yet. It's very close to Longbridge.
I'm actually looking at it right now. I'll present it to the show in a second. 1070 Maryland Street, right off of Pier 70. It's like 1 or 2 blocks east of Longbridge towards the water. So it's literally around the corner from Longbridge Pizza. It is a beautiful brand new spot. Standard Deviant, they've had a brewery in the Mission for years on 14th Street. Now they're expanding their production, and they have now they've opened this brewery and are making certain their most popular beers they're now making on site at Pier 70. And I'll show you the pictures here. It's a beautiful spot. And Mark and Paul and Peter, they are great dudes, and they're very excited to have us on December 5th. And it was great. We didn't even have to he was like, yeah. Mark was like, yeah, let's do it. Sounds great. Sounds like so much fun. Let's do it. And then Neil Donardi of Longbridge Pizza is going to be making pizzas right out front. So that is the tap room right there. You can see with the tables, and that's a view from inside the brewery looking out towards the bay right there on Pier 70. So it's a beautiful brand new spot. I mean, it is gorgeous. And so there's more shots on the inside. We're going to take this place over, and we're going to have a great time. And then if those of you that want to go on walks and make sure you come back. And there's Mark right there. There's Mark, Peter, and Paul right there. There they are right there. Those are the guys. So great. Look, he's got a KEXP shirt. I just noticed that Seattle station that does great music, live music shows.
Nice.
But yeah, so anyways, we're really excited to do this. And he's got Tunnel Records. Wow. Dom, I don't know if you saw that. Dom Peralta knows Tunnel Records. It's a record shop out in the avenues in San Francisco. But yeah, it's just, we're really excited to have this party and to come on out. There's no charge. There's no ticket price. There's nothing. It's just come on out. Neil's going to be making pizzas. Obviously, many beers on tap. I'm not sure if they have wine. I think they do have wine as well. So just get involved. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And we ask you, all you got to do is show up. There's no tickets to purchase. There's no responsibility. It's just about having a good time. So we'll start the party at Friday. I know a lot of you will still be at work. So get on in whenever you can. You know, come at 5, come at 6, come at 7, whatever you want to do, but we will be there, and we will be in the festive holiday mood. Tony, as we get ready to wrap today, I want to remind, because we still got to do a Dr. Young spot too. I want to give Matt Young some love. Excuse me. But again, we will be back tomorrow night for our night flight. We're working on some guests for later in the week. Nothing confirmed yet, but when we have the info, we'll definitely announce that. And but Tony, I think I'm just checking my notes. Don't forget Warriors at Orlando today too. I think it's 4:00 start. I think I'll have to double check that.
Don't forget Draymond's playing after getting a warning from Adam Silver. Don't forget about that. We started the show. Those who came to the show late, we had a spicy beginning to the show about Adam Silver just being a jackass and the NBA being a total collective jackass for giving Draymond Green a warning and not doing anything to the fan from Sunday's game in New Orleans. Nothing.
Here's how I'm going to respond to that. Greatest warning tracks of all time. Black Sabbath, warning.
Dude,
okay,
that's funny. I looked that up earlier, dude. Warning. It's just
Black
warning.
Sabbath, freaking warning on their first record. And then another, you know what? I'm saying this is going to surprise some people. Might be my favorite of the Green Day records. What was the name of this freaking album? It came out in like the late 90s. Oh, I think the album's called Warning. Warning, live without warning. But very poppy, but I like that song. So Green Day warning, Black Sabbath warning. Any other warnings you got, throw them out there. John Joseph, you probably got something. Yeah.
Come on, man. Distant early warning, Paulie. Distant
early warning, bro. How about just the name Warning? You know what I mean? Tony, I'm giving you a warning. You know what I mean? Like they gave Draymond Green a warning.
Wow, dude. Principal Paulie used to give out warnings too. So it's like,
it's been a little too long. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. See, here we go. Watch this. Hope this works. It's been a while. I got a warning right here for the jackhole from 90210 who got in Draymond's face. Here's my warning to you, guy. Hey, Mr. Tough Guy. Next time you go to a basketball game, keep your hands to yourself and keep your mouth shut. And don't hand me no lines and keep your hand to yourself. We're getting silly now. Sorry, Tony. Let's talk about Dr. Matt Young. Listen, we love Dr. Matt Young. Tony and I were talking about his greatness earlier in the show. Dude, it's so funny. I was talking to Matt Young over the weekend, and he didn't reveal this for a while, but all of a sudden he was like, oh, by the way, I'm at the Niner game. And I was like, what? And so we were texting, and he just started sending us some pictures. I think Tony will share them with you in a second. It was really cool. But Dr. Matt Young is obviously the official dentist in the official dental group of the Polymac Particle Show and community, the Young Dental Group in San Francisco, 490 Post Street. We talk about the location a lot because it's in a beautiful part of the city. I mean, it's become trendy to kind of beat up San Francisco. Oh, it's a cesspool. Right. Oh, you know what? Go down to Union Square. Tell me how ugly it is. It's freaking gorgeous down there. Yeah. 490 Post Street, great neighborhood in the city. Dr. Matt Young, listen, his resume speaks for itself. But if you're new to the show, let me give you a couple of highlights. 1, he's been in business for over 25 years. 2, San Francisco boy who loves and cares about the community. 3, personal friend of mine. Tony, I'm counting now. 4. You know what I mean? I got all these points. I've been friends with Dr. Young for over 10 years. I think closer to 15, actually. And I've been a patient for the same amount of time. And it's all been word of mouth. I found out about Dr. Young word of mouth. Our friend Natalie at KMBR was like, you got to go meet this guy. He's super cool. And I did. And then it's funny, the reason Tony, Dr. Young was in Arizona, he had a big conference because I like to remind people, he is the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. And he was there for a big conference. I think he was giving a big speech. And then he caught the 49er game with his family, very handsome family. You'll see in a second here. But importantly, with the business at hand, he does all the stuff you would need. He does cleanings. He can, if you need a filling, he can take care of that. But again, the implant surgery and implant restorations, that is his area of true expertise. Should you be in need of a procedure like that, talk to Dr. Young. You'd be in the best possible hands. And that's in the country. He's the best in the entire country. Tony, let's see the handsome mugs of a Young clan because they look great.
Oh, I'm going to have to take the banner off if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Do that real quick.
Yeah.
And then let me actually do this also as well. There we go. And yeah, this is the family. This is the Young family right there. There they are, man. And that is at the, Dr. Young at the podium, which I can show as well. Look at him just breaking.
Dude, he looks like he should be running for president. You know what I mean? Like he looks like he's ready to give like his acceptance speech. I accept the nomination. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Incredible, man. And he's such an eloquent speaker. And like I could see him being a great public speaker just with his whole delivery and his demeanor and everything. And obviously he knows what the hell he's talking about too. And there he is as he got presented on stage at the conference. There he is, the AAID president, Paulie. President. We're not messing around. He is the president of implant dentistry, the American Association of Implant Dentistry, as you mentioned. And let's just show his family one more time. Look at that. That's a happy clan right there. Joe is pretty tall.
He's a beast. He's going to be a beast. This kid's a freshman at SI right now. And Tony, I don't know off the top of my head, what position does he play on the baseball diamond? Do you know?
Oh, I don't actually. I think he pitched. I don't know if he's going to continue to pitch, but I'm thinking pitcher. But I'm ready to start talking ball with Dr. Young because football's over, and now they're making the transition to winter ball and then spring. Man, let's go spring. Man, see that's when I get really. That's the best time of year for me, when spring, the sun starts staying out later. Baseball's in full swing. Let's go, man.
I like fall, if I may. I'm a fall guy. I like fall. Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why not? A little fall. Yeah. No, especially on the East Coast, the fall is so spectacular. The trees, you got all these colors happening. The temperature is nice. It's not too cold, not too hot. But I'm a spring guy too. My memories of spring on the East Coast, Tony, though, were always like I would be waiting for the Grateful Dead spring tour. Yep. But the so-called spring tour would come rolling through New York or Jersey like in March. You'd go to a spring tour show, bro, wearing like winter clothes. It'd be freezing on spring tour. So anyway, I'm partial to the fall. Anyway, Rags wanting to know if Dr. Young's family is Filipino. I'm not sure. I can ask him. Rags is Filipino, proudly. I will ask Rags. I'm not sure, but could be. We'll find out. Anyway, Dr. Young, listen, read up on Yelp. Just read the positive reviews. Why, Tony? Because there are thousands.
Yeah. And on that note, there's a whole thing that you could read up on about dental distrust, and people just aren't trusting of dentists nowadays, and because they're already on edge because of just having their mouths worked on, but then they were also worried about being upsold or upselled, like upsells during the experience. And Dr. Young believes prevention should come before procedures, basically, and that thorough cleanings are not a bonus in your experience. They are the baseline. Okay. And it says he and his team take their time, examine every tooth with care, and help patients stay ahead of problems instead of chasing them. He does not treat for insurance quotas. He treats for the real needs. He said that one patient said it best, Dr. Young only treats what's necessary without letting your teeth become a permanent construction site, which is very well said.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's basically what they do. It's the honesty. Again, we talked about trust Los. Also trust Dr. Young and trust him with. We trust Los with your finances and with your like big investments. Trust Dr. Young with your freaking mouth. I tell my kids all the time, you only get one set of teeth after those baby teeth fall out. So let's take good care of them. So it's resonating. Oh, new update. The kids and Megan are going to see the Young Dental Group in December. So
nice, dude. That's great news. And also, I see Noemi, Lady Catalina over here saying, I was talking to Dr. Young about spicy food. He mentioned his wife is Thai. So there you go, Rex. She's Thai. She's not Filipino. By the way, I'm glad you went in to see Dr. Young, Noemi, and I'm sure you had a positive experience. And thank you, Tony, as well. Thank you, Dr. Young. Thank you, Los D. Thank all of y'all. Hey, really fun show today, man. It was funny because Tony and I had like a whole roadmap for the show. Yeah. We had a Tony's top 3 planned. We had a whole bunch of stuff. We never got to it. The Candlestick Park detour, though, I don't know, man. I enjoyed it very much. You know what we should probably bring back, dude? Because I still have like all my tickets. We stopped doing that Tuesday show us your stubs on Tuesdays because that would be a fun thing to incorporate with Candlestick Memories. There we go. Who is that?
That's Marcel, dude. Marcel just sent this into pollyspod@gmail.com, so I wanted to get on the show. That's Marcel.
Great shot. Great hat. Great shot, bro.
Is that a great shot or what? And then also, let me
notice how, by the way, it looks like everybody is standing at Candlestick. Looks like everybody's on their feet. I love that, man.
Yeah, so good. And then also a couple other things from Chuck D'Aquisto. He emailed in. And
that's P1 Chuck. That's my boy.
Yes, he sent these photos in. He sent a picture of, where is it? Where'd it go? It's a picture of, he has a Candlestick locker in his house. That is a locker from Candlestick.
Wow.
In his house. Is that amazing? So he sent a picture of that in. Is that incredible?
Chuck, we're going to have to. That's amazing. I didn't know that, man. I've known Chuck for a long time. That's freaking great. And I know, Tony, you have the Candlestick seats in your backyard. I've seen those too.
Yep, I do. I have those seats in my backyard there. And we have a couple of seats. We got 4 And 2 of them are at our cabin in Tahoe, family cabin in Tahoe around the fire pit. And then 2 are around our fire pit here in San Carlos.
Do you remember Lee Hammer's office at the radio station? He used to have like 4 Candlestick Park seats up against the wall, and he would call you in to have a meeting, and we would be sitting in Candlestick seats, like getting yelled at or getting complimented, but most of the time getting yelled at. But anyway, he had the seats in his office too, which I thought was kind of cool. P1 Chuck, dude, great. I got to hear the locker story sometime. That's really cool.
That's in his garage, dude. How great is that in his garage? And Paulie, before we wrap, there's a couple of birthdays I just wanted to mention, okay? A couple of birthdays on the way out.
Yeah.
First of all, yesterday was Martin Scorsese's 83rd birthday.
God bless you, Marty. I love you so much. Watch that documentary on Apple TV. I'm telling you, it's one of the best things I've watched all year. It's like a 4 or 5 part series about Marty Scorsese's life, about his work, and the people they interview. You got, top of my head, you got De Niro, you got DiCaprio, you got Sharon Stone, you got Mick Jagger. I mean, Robbie Robertson. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. Happy birthday, Marty. My favorite director, period.
Totally.
Yeah.
By the way, well, I'll get to Escobar's super in a second. Also, Linda Evans, 83 today.
No kidding.
Linda Evans, 83.
Wow.
Kevin Nealon. I'm a Kevin Nealon fan.
Funny guy.
Kevin Nealon fan.
Funny guy. Yeah.
He's 72. Owen Wilson, 57. Dude, let's see. Cindy Blackman, the drummer. It's her birthday today too. She is 66, I believe.
That's cool. That's Mrs. Carlos Santana. Yeah.
Mrs. Carlos Santana, also the former drummer of Lenny Kravitz's band. Big Poppy turned 50 today. Big Poppy, 50.
Yeah.
Jack Tatum, a heavenly birthday for Jack Tatum, who passed away in 2010.
Yeah.
And then Paulie, the last 2. Kirk Hammett, 63 today.
Wow.
He looks amazing, dude.
He's a surfer. I'm telling you, the surfers have the best physiques. They have the best health. There's something about surfing, man. Keeps you healthy and young at heart, I think.
And finally, 75th birthday for Rudy Sarzo.
Nice, dude. Rudy Sarzo. I got cats out of the bag. I'm going to confess something in the final moments of the show. I've been trying to get Sarzo on this show for months, for freaking months. And I had him. At one point. I freaking had him in the palm of my hand. He was like, yeah, great. What time? What time you want to do it? And then I sent him the things, and then the whole thing fell apart. I think he kind of went dark on me because of the Ozzy tribute show he was part of a couple months ago when Ozzy did that final Black Sabbath show. But yeah, dude, licking his fingers, playing back. By the way, the greatest big gangster. Look at that bass, dude. Look at the whole thing, bro. All of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's my guy, Rudy Sarzo, man. Big, big fan. I'll get back to work. I'll try to get him again. I almost had him and he slipped away. But yeah, definitely happy birthday to Rudy Sarzo. By the way, another very attractive looking 75-year-old. Holy smokes. He looks great. I think he's Cuban, actually. I think he's from Cuba. Rudy Sarzo. Yeah. He played, and if you don't know who the guy is, he played in Quiet Riot. He played with Ozzy. He played with Whitesnake. He's like a journeyman bass player, but he's played with so many of the great bands of the hard rock kind of genre. He's played with everybody, man. He's a great guy too. Okay, Tony, I want to say thank you to all you supers today, very, very much. We're very appreciative. If you want to sponsor the music assignment, again, paulyspod@gmail.com. Holiday Frolic is December 5th. We hope to see you there. Oh, here's a final super from Escobar. Okay, in the Chris Russo voice. Yeah. Pauly's favorite season? Fall. Fall. Yeah. Fall. Giants baseball? Fun. Yeah. Fun. Yeah. Thank you, Escobar. You know the rhythms. Bro. Can't wait to see you on the 5th, man. We missed you at the last one, but I know we'll hook up soon. Yeah. Pauly's favorite season? Fall. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, bro.
And Paulie, before we wrap here today, just the Muppet wants to say goodbye.
Bye-bye. I'll see you. Hey, I'll see you when you're 5 and 6 in a few days. I'll see you when you're under 500. I can't wait. Christmas is coming early, kids. Come on, Danny Jones. Deliver me from evil. Yes.
Do you hear what Chris Berman calls him, by the way? Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor is having just an incredible year. So go, Colts, go. And Paulie, just one last time.
Thank you, man. Leave that up there. Just leave that up there while you're crossfading and give me Diamond Dave. But I want to look at this while you're saying goodbye. And we'll see everybody tomorrow night on the night flight, by the way. Thanks for spending time with us. We love you guys. Go ahead, T. Do your stuff, man.
Blast the Smiths. over, baby. It's Spins now. It's Spins time.
Ooh, sweetness.
By the way, I was thinking this during the show intro today. Thanks again to DJ Rob B for the music that you're hearing right now. He made this theme song for us, and it's just a damn good track by DJ Rob B. So thankful for him and his contributions to the show, and for everybody's contributions to the show. The show doesn't happen without everybody chipping in and the chat being on fire every single day at the Supers. Don Peralta behind the scenes, Patty from Napa behind the scenes, Fareed Robot Centaur giving us sports updates via text, and also turning around McVeigh, Elf on the Shelf, and then Dom enhancing it. It's just, takes a village, takes a freaking. Oh, by the way, congrats to Bonnie Scarlet Fire. She kicked the living crap out of Master of Particles / Stud Nuts in fantasy football. We lost 151 to 85.
Hey, listen to me. I'm always listen. First of all, I'm happy to take a beating from Bonnie anytime. And as I like to say, people, I kind of enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I need that kind of discipline sometimes. Go ahead and throw me a beating if that's what's required. Tony already knows that. I like forceful, angry Tony. I like when Bonnie's beating me up. It's just another day in the life. But we love you guys. Thank you so much. And one horse open sleigh with Sean McVeigh. There he is, kids. I can't.
Open sleigh. That's good. I was looking for the. I know that Bonnie and I we're tied with Bonnie atop the league, Paulie, at 8-3. And I just wanted to give everybody an update. Necessary Roughness. That is Mrs. Robot Centaur. She's 7-4. Candlestick Kid 7-4. Then we have Escobar is 7-4. We got Folsom Steve 6-5.
Nice.
Rag and Tag Robots 6-5. The Octopuses, which is Aaron Kask, 6-5. F the Swifts, which is Don Peralta 5-6.
Nice.
Pine Needle 5-6. Beat LA 5-6. Stevie B 4-7. Patty from Napa 2-9. And Noemi 1-10. I feel like she's making her hot sauce and not focusing on her fantasy team. So keep making your hot sauce. Noemi.
Yeah, I don't need Noemi. You got nothing to worry about, Noemi. I got your back. You go ahead and do your Lady Catalina thing. We'll worry about the football games. You're fine. Okay, that's it. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow night on the Night Flight. Have a great Tuesday. Go Dubs. F the NBA for Warren and Draymond Green, and we'll pick it up right there tomorrow night on the Night Flight. Cheers, y'all. Enjoy your Tuesday.
Peace, y'all.